Good day and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. In this video of the ongoing civil war taking place inside of the former state of Ethiopia, we are going to look at what's next. And as we have been talking about, it would appear that the Tigrayan Defense Forces have moved into and seized control of the city of Dessie. Could there be a counterattack by federal forces, by Amhara militias coming from the vicinity of Kombolcha and from the southwest along the B-22 highway? Possibly, we could see that. Now, with that being said, it does sound like the Tigrayan Defense Forces are continuing to position themselves for a seizure of Kombolcha or an attack on Kombolcha. And it would appear, as I'd said in the previous video, that the federal forces, the Abiy loyalists, are in fact retreating from Dessie, and we have seen some fairly significant mass surrenders occurring. So if and when Kombolcha is taken by the Tigrayan Defense Forces, what is next? What would be the next move for the Tigrayan Defense Forces and the federal forces in this ongoing conflict? So with the Anaconda strategy that is being employed by the Ethiopian federal forces, by the Amhara militias, by their allies in Eritrea, the Afwerki regime, and utilizing the Anaconda strategy where they're trying to strangle the Tigray region, it is leaving really no recourse for the TDF other than to try and cut the head off of the snake, which is breaking the Anaconda strategy and quite possibly making a move for the center of power, which is Addis Ababa. So could we possibly see a continued rapid collapse of the Ethiopian federal forces, of the Abiy loyalists, to where we see a rapid movement of Tigrayan defense forces towards Addis Ababa, and then possibly also see a movement of the Oromo Liberation Army in tandem making a move to drive Abiy Ahmed from power and his Prosperity Party. It's very difficult to say at this moment. There continues to be fighting. There were obviously heavy battles just north of Dessie, where the federal forces incurred tremendous losses and appeared to have given up their positions near Dessie. Now, with that being said, if Kombolcha falls, we're still looking at a very significant movement in terms of both distance and more built up urban areas prior to reaching Addis Ababa. So what I'm going to do is move down the A2 highway from Kombolcha with the intent of just kind of giving an idea of what things look like if and when the TDF continues to move down the A2. Again, we continue to see very rugged terrain, no matter really where you go inside of the former state of Ethiopia. You see that this type of rugged, mountainous, hilly terrain. So again, another fairly large urban settlement, and we'll just continue to go down the A2 highway, looking at the navigation, the route along the A2 highway that would have to be utilized by the TDF if it intends a rapid advance down the A2, if in fact federal forces have suffered such defeats that they don't have the capacity to put up conventional resistance at this point. But again, we're just moving down the A2, and again, very, very significant distances. You're looking at maintaining supply routes, supply lines, keeping your forces fed, motivated, supplied with weapons, armaments, ammunition. Again, very, very significant move if in fact this decision has been made to press south, possibly towards Addis Ababa. And again, the next largest city is Debre Burhan, and we'll zoom in on that. And then that's just to the northeast of Addis Ababa. Would obviously be a target that at some point would have to be navigated. Again, very densely packed urban environment, much flatter in terms of some areas, especially to the north, to the east. It is much more rugged to the west and to the northwest of the town. But again, that's a fairly large urban area. And then we continue on, and then we finally get to the outskirts of Addis Ababa. So again, 150 miles as the bird flies, much farther than that in terms if you're utilizing conventional road networks, which of course the TDF would have to utilize. So again, significant distance before Addis Ababa is reached. Right now, the TDF has moved from the Tigray region to Dessie, which is about 78 miles. So in terms of actual distance on a roadway, you're looking at over 200 miles more before they were to reach Addis Ababa. So again, significant challenge. But on the other hand, how quickly Dessie fell. Again, I at least was anticipating much more stiff resistance before the federal forces gave up Dessie, and that simply did not occur. Large units have surrendered en masse, and any other forces have since retreated to Kombolcha and probably other places as well. So with Kombolcha just being 6 miles outside of Dessie, and if past performance is indicative of future results, we could see the rapid collapse of Kombolcha. That cannot be eliminated in terms of what could happen next. Now, is it possible that they stay and they fight inside of Kombolcha? Yes, it is, but at the same time, we have not seen that so far. And given the terrain features near Dessie, given the force buildup that was near Dessie for this large government offensive that was going to occur, which utterly failed, and then the rapid loss of Dessie and its large training camp near Wallow University, all that's in the possession of the TDF now. So we'll continue to monitor the situation, but things right now, at least on the ground for the federal forces, the Abiy loyalists, things are falling apart rather quickly. And where that takes us in the next days and weeks ahead, very hard to say. Again, we've seen momentum swings, and it's possible to see momentum swings either way in this conflict at this point. But we will continue to monitor the situation and report as events warrant. Have a good day, everybody.